Welcome to the Clarity Masterclass. And today I'm teaching the three critical keys to cut through confusion and doubt so you can unlock the clarity and confidence and deep guidance that you crave. And this is really for you if you're in one of four places. So, one place you might be in is you're entering a new phase of your life or your business, and you want a clear vision moving forward, as well as clarity about your goals or your plans, like, what do you want to create and how are you going to do it? Another place is navigating a major life change. Welcome if you're coming on. You are muted, or you should be muted. So another place you might be in, if this call is for you, is if you're navigating a major life change, like changing careers, getting divorced, losing a loved one, being unemployed, retiring, moving, starting over. And there's two other places you might be in, if this is really for you. Is one of them is if you're not doing something that's important to you, such as decluttering your space or writing your book or accomplishing some project or and then the fourth place you might be in, this is probably true for a lot of people on the call, is if you're feeling stuck. In other words, you don't want to, and you really can't keep going on the way you have been, yet you really can't see your way forward either, and you need a breakthrough of some sort. So if you're in any of those places, you'll get a lot of value out of our call today. And specifically, what I'm going to be teaching is the three critical keys to unlock your clarity, confidence, and deep guidance. I'm also going to teach how you can get clear about what you really want, which is probably not what you think. And I'll tell you more about what that means. I'm also going to talk about the number one reason that most people struggle or sometimes even fail to fulfill their goals and their dreams. And I'm going to talk about two more specific things, which is one of them is why vision boards don't work for most people and how to make one that really will make a profound difference in your life and help you grow what you want into reality. And then the last thing I'm going to talk about is how to direct your subconscious mind to find the solutions that you want. Some people call this manifesting, make actually be able to bring what you want into reality. And it really is a matter of directing your subconscious mind to find the way you can experience that. So the things I'm teaching today, I learned actually from teaching vision board workshops. And I started teaching vision board workshops before I'd ever heard of the idea of a vision board. It came from an earlier business I had, which I was painting portraits of people that showed the divine in them, that showed who they are capable of being, and had scenes and images from their lives that reminded them, like, yes, this is who you are. And I wanted to have a way that people do that for themselves. So I came up with the idea of leading a workshop that would guide them through the same process, the visioning process I did with people before their portraits, and then they could create their own image. So what I'm going to teach you is what I've discovered is the foundation out of working. I've taught hundreds of workshops, visioning workshops to met thousands of people over time. I've done some recorded, some live. And what I've realized is these are the foundation for really being able to get clarity about what you want and how to bring it into reality. And this material that I'm talking about is something that I cover in depth in my 6-week clarity course. So I'm going to give you all that I can in the time that we have. And I'm also going to make sure you know how you can access that so you can really apply it instead of just learn about the ideas conceptually. So I want to start out with saying, where does clarity come from? So mostly we tend to think of clarity as coming from outside of us. We look for experts or information or something that's going to tell us what we need to know that we don't know. But the truth is that usually or often outside sources only confuse us more or actually take us away from our own true inner knowing. And so it's outside sources of information and clarity are only useful insofar as they resonate with our own deep knowing, because true clarity comes from within. So, how do you find that inner clarity? Well, you do it by tapping into your own higher guidance and your imagination, intuition, the knowing that you have about how to expand what's possible for you. And basically, what this means is opening yourself up to a higher perspective, that something different and better is possible, and allowing yourself to tap into what you really want as opposed to what you think you should want. Because so many of us go through life doing what we think we should be doing and wanting what we think we should be wanting, and it isn't really what lights us up. It's not really what is most important to us. So doing this on a deep level, doing this kind of inquiry and connecting with your higher guidance and your imagination and what you really want, that's what I call visioning. And visioning is so important that it's really the number one, the first most important critical key that you need to get clarity about what you want and how to move forward in your life and to bring your dreams into reality. So I want to just tell you a quick story about the difference that doing this visioning can make. So first workshops that I led. Hey, welcome, Catherine. I'm going to put you on. You are muted. Perfect. Okay, great. So what I wanted to say is, first workshops I ever did, visioning workshops I ever did, quite a long time ago. The woman named Mary was one of the participants, and it was a small workshop, and I was just excited that people were actually paying me something to teach a workshop because I'd never led one before. So Mary was one of the people in the workshop, and she had come to the workshop. She was really in a kind of a really hard place. She just left her husband. She had 4 kids. She was like 70 pounds overweight. She wanted to go back to school. She didn't have any money to go back to school. The business that she'd had with her former husband, she couldn't do anymore. She was really at loose ends. Like, what am I going to do to earn a living? Where am I going to live with my kids? I don't have much money. How is this going to work? I need clarity. So she did this workshop, and she had a great experience. And then I didn't see her again for a while. And what happened is, about a year and a half later, we lived in the same town. I was walking down the street, and I knew her kids, and I saw her oldest daughter, Annie, and and then Annie was talking to someone, walking with someone who looked like it might be a cousin or some like some friend of hers I didn't know. And as I got closer, I realized, oh my God, that's Mary. And oh my God, she looks fantastic. So I talked to her and I said, wow, you look so great. Like, tell me what's happened. And she said, well, that workshop that we did, a year and a half ago, that turned everything around for me. Because when I looked at Mary now, what I saw was someone who did not have any extra weight. Remember, she had 70 pounds of extra weight when I'd seen her last. She was glowing. She was sparkling. She looked so happy. She said, yeah, I got a full scholarship to go back to college. I finished that. And now I'm in graduate school. I got a full scholarship for that. I found this great place for me and my kids to live. I've just got this whole new life. I'm going to grad school for the career that I know is the perfect one for me, and being a speech pathologist. And I'm just so excited about everything in my life. And I was like, wow, that's so amazing. That workshop actually changed things for her, because honestly, I didn't know that was what was going to happen. I just thought I'm helping people get clear about what they want. I didn't know that what I was teaching them would also help them to make it come into reality. So I was really quite struck that when you have a clear vision, it can turn your life around in the direction you want it to go. However, for many people, just having the clear, for many people, when they make vision boards, like the way that I was teaching people to make vision boards, many people, their vision boards don't work. And the reason that they don't work is because they haven't taken the time to do deep visioning first. They don't have real clarity about what they want. Instead, their vision board has things that they think they want, things they think they want, like they might think they want a car, or they might want a house, and they might want their body to be toned and in shape. And so they put pictures of these things on their vision board. The only problem with this is that the things that you like, they're kind of like ordering off a menu. They're like, I want my car to look like this, my house to look like that, my body to look like this, I want this kind of vacation. Like, they're sort of ordering off a menu. The only problem with that is that that car or that house or that even that toned body or that vacation aren't necessarily what you really want. They are just symbols for what you really want and what you're really hungry for. So, for example, the car might be a representation of freedom for you, or it might be a representation of, of status, or it might be a representation of, I've still got it. My hot sports car shows I'm still, I'm still not out of the game. And a toned body could be about confidence, or could be about taking care of yourself. It could be about, like, I'm ready to have a relationship now. I feel sexy. And that picture of a beach vacation might really be about freedom, or might be about inner peace, or it could be about togetherness. So the reason why this matters is, if you don't know what the images you're picking symbolize, like what they represent for you, it's not that likely you're going to get the thing that getting that thing that you think you want, the car, the house, the vacation, the body, is going to give you what you're really hungry for. Because we're just not wise enough to know how we can get, what's the best way for us to get the thing we're really hungering for. And, for example, if you're deep down wanting to be free, it could be a much easier, cheaper way to get it than buying that car or having that expensive vacation. And it could be more lasting ways to do it also. So it's really important to get actually to the core of what you really want, that which is really fundamentally a quality of being alive, an experience that you want to have in your life, rather than a particular thing that you think is going to give you that experience. And making a vision board without doing visioning first is like being really hungry and ordering junk food just because it looks good, but it may not be what your body really wants. Your body really craves nourishing food or nourishing meal. So visioning is how you get to see what is nourishing for you, what's a nourishing meal for you, not just something that looks good or what other people are ordering. So the way I teach visioning is it's important to use it to get to the essence of what you want, that experience of being alive that moves you and inspires you and makes you feel like I want to get up each morning and feel great about my day. So for Mary, her key word was, her essence word was adventure. And through adventure, she created all those changes in her life, including dating. And in fact, she followed adventure to take sailing lessons. She thought that would be fun and adventurous. And through sailing, she met someone she would never have considered as a soulmate. She'd been dating men who were academics because she thought that's what I should want. I'm an educated person. I like ideas. I should be with some kind of an academic, a professor. But when she took sailing lessons out of a sense of adventure, not what she thought she should want, she discovered something else. She really met her soulmate, who was her sailing instructor. And he was someone who had actually not even gone to college. So her old idea of what she should want, she would have written him off her list. He'd been in the Merchant Marine. He was self-educated. He educated himself through life and through books. And he was perfect for her, but he wasn't what she thought she wanted. So that's why it's so important to get to the essence of what you want, because we're just not that smart enough to know the best way to deliver that to us. She thought a professor would deliver it, but no, a sailing instructor who'd never even been to college was what she really wanted, to give her that sense of adventure, because he was someone who was truly adventurous. So when you use visioning to get to the essence of what you want, that experience of being alive that you really want, that can really get you connected to experiences and new directions and possibilities that give you that sense of being alive, that essence of what you want, as opposed to the things you think will get you there. And you may think, well, this sounds interesting, but how would you do this deep visioning that I'm talking about? Well, Steve Jobs said a quote I really love, which is about, if you have the courage to follow your heart and intuition, they somehow already know what you really want. So that's kind of a clue. So the deep visioning process that I teach is a way to tap into your own deep wisdom and guidance of your heart and also your intuition. And there's 4 parts to doing this kind of deep visioning, getting this deep clarity about what is the essence of what I want. So the first part is visioning with writing, which is a kind of journaling. And the second part of it, and that's how you get to the essence words, the core of what you want, the experience you're really after. And then the third part of it is doing visioning with images, which is a way to tap into the power of your subconscious mind to focus it on, here's what I want, and it will find it for you. And then the fourth part of it is actually creating a vision board. But it's from this place of deep inspiration and tapping into the power of your subconscious mind. So I'm going to break that down for you in a minute so you can see how you could do that. But I also want to give you a sense of just how powerful this deep visioning can be and how quickly it can create results. Like for Mary, it took her 1.5 years to create all those results I described. I'm going to tell you next about Laura, who was someone also in one of my early workshops. And in her vision that she created, what she saw, the essence of what she wanted is she wanted to be debt free, like completely free of debt. And that seemed impossible to her at the time, but she made an image of it that was so beautiful and powerful. And I could still remember what it looked like. It was this big blue sky, the woman leaping across it. And that was the essence for her of being debt free. And this is how powerful visioning is. Remember I said, like when you tap into visioning with images, you get the essence, you tap into visioning with images to get your subconscious mind on board with saying, here's what I want, and helps you find it really quickly. here's what happened to Laura. We did the visioning workshop. It was out in the country at a beautiful retreat center, and she'd come there with two friends. And on the way back, they were all tired, and so she laid down in the back seat so she could rest while the two people in the front seat were talking. And she was sort of nodding off, and she started hearing the people in the front seat talking about something that normally would never interest her, which was how they were going to refinance their homes. And she was listening to this, and her subconscious mind kind of pricked up and said, listen, listen, pay attention. And she had this inspired idea come in because she'd just done all this visioning work. What if I could refinance my home and roll my debt into that somehow and just pay it all off? So she was so inspired by this. She got home. The next day she called her bank. Sure enough, she had a plan, an actual plan for how to be debt free the very next day. So that is how powerful it is to get to the essence of what you want. Your subconscious mind will say, here's a way you could do that. So what I want to, and actually that's one of the things that people talk about as manifesting. Like, how do you manifest something? Well, how you manifest something is you get deeply clear way down in your heart, in your soul, in your gut about what it is that you want, and then it's tap into your subconscious mind. And the powerful way to do that is the visioning with images, which I'm going to talk about in just a moment, because that tells your subconscious mind, this is what I'm looking for. Tell me, show me how to find that, how to experience that. And your subconscious mind is always seeking to fulfill your instructions. Most of the time, our instructions are negative and telling us what we don't want. And so our subconscious mind will find us that. But when you can direct it in a positive way toward what you really want, your subconscious mind can say, here it is. So so this power of deep visioning is that the solution can appear to you, which has actually been there all along, but you couldn't see it. It was invisible to you as long as you weren't clear about what you really wanted. And you didn't have images to remind your subconscious mind, this is what it looks like. This is what it feels like when I have this, so it can find it for you. Let's see, in the essence words we talked about are the qualities of being alive. So the visioning with images, visioning with writing is doing exercises that they're basically ways of visioning, such as dialoguing with your higher guidance, or answering questions that are searching questions, or doing some kind of a meditation to look at what does my best life look like, etc. So basically, once you do all that, the way you can get to the essence words is you go through all the things you've written and you circle the words that are particularly resonant, or maybe words that repeat throughout the things you're writing about. And those point to the essence of what you want, because you're doing all this visioning about what do I want? Well, those key words are the essence of it. And the reason it's powerful to have the essence of it, because you can take those few words, those 1, 2, 3, maybe 5, not more than that words, then you can find images that your subconscious mind resonates with. And the way you do that is by looking for images in magazines, whatever you're using, really fast. Most people spend a long time thinking, I need an image of a canoe, or I need an image of an angel. They go looking for just that image. This is totally different. That's your conscious mind picking images. Your conscious mind doesn't know what you really want. It doesn't know how to get it. Your subconscious mind does. So when you flip for images looking really, really quickly, what you're doing is you're bypassing your conscious mind, which just can't think fast enough. So if you're looking really fast, flip through pages, your subconscious mind kicks in, and it will select images that represent your essence words that you wouldn't consciously pick. But they're deeply resonant for you. So visioning with images lets you find images that represent your essence words, images that are deeply powerful for you, deeply activating, deeply make you go, that's what I'm talking about. And that will give you much more clarity and will inspire you when you look at them, because that's an image of what you really want, not the things you think you want. So, and then do I want to say anything about this? Yeah, I'll just say one more thing about that is, I think of an example of a woman named Tracy who did one of my vision board workshops later, and she did this deep visioning with images part, and it really blew her away, because she found that she was picking all these pictures of women, which she wasn't surprised about. Her business was called Women Ties. It's about empowering women entrepreneurs. But what was surprising to her is how many images on her board were of African-American women. She was a white woman, and third world women. And she was like, what are all these black and brown and other women doing on my vision board? What are they trying to tell me? And it just hit her. Oh my gosh, she had a much bigger vision for her company than she'd ever suspected. And that was, she has a mission to bring together women of different races to come across racial divides to empower each other in business. And that was not something she was looking for or expecting or even thinking she wanted to do. But doing the visioning with images showed her the larger purpose of her business. And I've seen over and over again how getting this deep clarity can really release and unleash a whole bunch of energy and power. Because when you can see clearly what matters to you and what lights you up, you are inspired to take new actions that can transform your life. And what that makes that transformation happen is when you take action. If you have a vision and you don't take action on it, nothing's going to happen. It's just going to remain a fantasy. And sometimes the action is a simple action and things can change really fast, like Laura getting clarity about being debt free and then seeing basically the next hour how to do that. Yeah. Other times it takes longer if you are trying to move forward on a goal that you don't see how to take the right direction to go in it. You just know what it feels like when you get there. And this actually reminds me of another person in one of my early workshops, a woman named Jane. So Jane took the very same workshop that Mary took. And I went to a party at Jane's house also quite a bit later, maybe like a year later. And I asked her, where was her vision board? And she said, I keep it in the closet. I was like, in the closet? Why? She said, well, actually, it makes me feel bad to look at it. And it makes me feel bad because I look at it and and it doesn't feel like anything I could ever have. And she says, but I don't want to throw it out because it was important. And so it's in the closet. And that made me really curious, like what happened? They went to the same workshop and one person created this vision board that transformed her life. And the other one puts it in the closet because it makes her feel bad to even look at it. And what I did is I actually interviewed a number of people who had done the workshops to find out about the people who are successful. What were they doing that the people who were unsuccessful, who didn't make any difference for them, it was just a fantasy, weren't doing? And what I found is the other two critical keys. The people who were successful with vision boards after doing all this deep visioning, so they knew what the essence of what they wanted was, were the people who first, this is the first critical key, created goals and plans out of that vision board, which is a way to take it out of this realm of fantasy and imagination and make it grounded in reality. Like, this is what I'm going to work on specifically, this specific thing I'm going to do, which is going to give me that experience, that essence word experience that I want to have. So having that plan and goals and how you bring your vision into reality, so it actually becomes real. If you don't have that, like poor Jane didn't, it just stays a fantasy. The other big thing I realized that people have to do to turn their clarity into their actual life is they have to weed, get rid of their doubts, their unworthiness, and their fears. Because if you don't, those things will stop you. And that was what happened to Jane, is she didn't have a clear plan or goals about how she could have her vision turn into reality. And she had a lot of self-doubt and fear it was even possible. And who was she even to dream of doing this? She could be worthy of having the kind of life she had seen in her vision board. So if you don't take care of those two things, creating a plan and goals that will bring it into reality and removing your fears and doubts and unworthiness, you're very unlikely to actually have this beautiful vision come into reality. So that's the three critical keys. Do deep visioning so you actually have the essence of what you want, not what your mind thinks you want or should want. Having some kind of a clear plan and goals that are about how you can bring this into reality, and then removing your fears and doubts and unworthiness and whatever would stop you from taking action on that vision. And it really wouldn't be right if I told you about all this and I didn't give you a way to do this. So I'm going to show you, so this is the clarity course, which is basically about how you can unlock your clarity, confidence, and deep guidance. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to just skip through the parts that I want to get to the part to show you really about how you can do this. So the mission of the Clarity course, your mission, if you choose to accept it, is to get clear about what you really want, uncover your unique doable plan to make it happen, break through everything that has held you back, and start fulfilling your heart's desires in 6 life-changing weeks. And here's how we can do the pieces I was talking about. So the first module of the clarity course is accessing your deep guidance for surprising clarity. And this is where we do the visioning with writing I was talking about, where we just go through the various exercises and powerful processes that help you get the clarity you need. And then we get to your essence words, which is the core of what you really want to create and experience in your life, by doing that process of going through the things you've written about and circling the words that are resonant for you or powerful or repeat. And there's a lot of stories in here. I'm just going to skip them. Then the second module is actually where we do the visioning with images, the process of using your subconscious mind to tap into images that are deeply resonant and powerful for you, that express that essence of what you want. And so, and we had this online vision board party where I literally walk you through the process while we're in the webinar. And let's see, then I'm going to come down here. So the third module of the clarity course, remember there's 6 weeks, is planting that seed, that vision you have gotten, showing the essence of what you want. You've got to plant it, like I was saying, and turn it into vision-powered goals. So something that inspired by your vision that you can bring into reality by following that goal. It's something you can create that would really be an expression of that experience you deeply desire. And the way you can bring that into reality is not just creating a goal. And the way that I teach goal creation is very different than the way most people create goals. We mostly create goals to fix ourselves because we think something is wrong with us. And if only we were more X, Y, or Z, then we would be happier or we would be better. But really that's not your inspiration. If you create from your inspiration, from your vision, then you can create goals that truly inspire and uplift you rather than remind you, like most goals do, about how you failed in the past and you're not good enough and you aren't going to succeed. So it's a different way of creating goals that is truly inspiring for you, inspired by your vision. And then we create a vision-powered plan. This is really cool. This is how you bring your vision out of fantasy and ground it in reality. And the way you create your plan is actually by working backwards. You get clear about, here's where I want to be at the end, the essence of what I want to be experiencing at a certain time or date you want, and then working backwards to see exactly what you need to be doing when you're halfway there, when you're a quarter of the way there, when you're 1 month from now, 2 weeks from now, tomorrow. Like, what are you doing? What would you do today that would show the universe, I mean business? So this very powerful way of working backwards will show you, lay you out for you your whole plan for how you can fulfill your goal. It's really quite magical. And I'm going to skip down here to the stories. So those 3 first modules, which are basically covering the visioning with writing, visioning with images, and creating vision-powered goals and a vision-powered plan, that's the core of the clarity course. But I know from experience that if people also don't take care of those fears and doubts and unworthiness, they can't really, they can't. I'm not going to say can't. I want to say you can't, but it's unlikely that you'll actually fulfill your goals and visions and dreams, because so many times people don't, because they get stopped by fears and doubts. So I have some bonuses to really help you move through those things so they don't stop you. So this first bonus is what I call the awareness bonus. And it's called the Fear and Doubt Clinic. And that's because when you create a vision-powered plan or a vision-powered goal, the first thing that happens for a lot of people is you're all excited, but then all the reasons that you can't do it and it won't work and you don't deserve it and you're a fool for even wanting it or trying start to show up. So in the Fear and Doubt Clinic, we dig in and we actually, instead of going, no, I don't want to hear my fears and doubts, we actually dig them up. We dig up all those fears and doubts and insecurities that would stop you. So you're aware of how you're holding yourself back. And then don't worry, I'm not going to leave you just with awareness of your fears and doubts and insecurities. I'm going to also take you in the next bonus to transform those. And this is so important. Failure to become aware of how you are stopping yourself and then to remove those fears and doubts and insecurities is why so many people never fulfill their goals and dreams. I don't want that for you. So the next bonus is a soul alignment session. This is a deep, powerful, transformational process where we remove your biggest fears and doubts and insecurities so you're free to go for it. So that is a really powerful process. This is a proven system. I can guarantee transformation because we tap into what your system says is needed for you to be free of these fears and doubts, to replace those fears and doubts and insecurities on the same deep level where you created them in your subconscious mind. Because that's what we do in this powerful bonus class is we actually replace your fears and doubts and insecurities. So you don't even have to try hard. It's not like you have to try to, say some kind of affirmation to yourself. It's actually a process of quickly and permanently changing those thoughts and your self-sabotaging negative thinking, replacing it at the same level where you created it in the subconscious mind. This one bonus by itself is worth more than the whole course, or not worth more. It's not the right way of putting it, but it by itself is worth the price of admission. And there's more people's stories. And then the next bonus is a guidance bonus. This is really cool. The thing about making a vision board from that place of deep visioning with images and with writing, getting the essence of what you want, is your vision board is more than just a vision of experience you want to have of being alive. It actually provides soul guidance for you. It has deeper meaning. And so this bonus class, this is the sixth module or sixth unit of the Clarity Course, this guidance bonus. We explore the deeper meanings in your vision boards and the hidden messages that are in there and the soul guidance that's in there, because that's just so cool to see. So those are the bonuses, and there's one more bonus. Is I want people to have support to not only learn these things, but to actually have support if they need it going through this whole powerful process. So we have a private Facebook support group, which makes sure you can ask questions. You can share your vision board or share you're struggling with your plan, whatever. Like, you can get the support you need, because I know that if you're just doing it on your own, it's harder to do, and I want you to have the support you need. So that is included in the Clarity Course, is that you have this support group, this Facebook support group, the Clarity Course private support group. And if you're not on Facebook, by the way, not a problem. You can join Facebook just to do this course, so you can be part of the Facebook group, and you can not do anything else on Facebook. You can ignore it. I know some people have I don't want to deal with Facebook. You don't have to deal with it. You can just use it for this purpose. So just a summary of what you get with the Clarity Course. You get the 3 classes that teach you how to access your deep guidance through visioning with writing to discover your true inspiration, teach you how to see your big vision by doing visioning with images and creating an inspired vision board, which is the seed of your best life, because it has the essence of what you desire in it. And the powerful images that prompt your subconscious mind to help you find that essence of what you want. And then you plant this vision seed by grounding it in real life actions toward your vision-powered goals, following your vision-powered plan. And the bonuses, the Fear and Doubt Clinic to drive up the things that would normally stop you, and the transformation bonus, the soul alignment session where we replace those fears and doubts with higher truths, empowering you and giving you the power to move forward. And guidance, where you can uncover the hidden guidance in your vision board, and support through the private Clarity Course support group. So you may be thinking, well, this sounds great. How much is it going to cost? And this is the thing that I'm really excited about, because I truly care about making this life-changing 6-week course doable and accessible. And up till now, this course has been selling for $497. And you can actually find it right now online at that price. But this week is my birthday week. My birthday's on the 29th. And to celebrate it, I am making this super affordable, so everybody who needs it can benefit, which is my birthday gift to you. That means that right now you can save $400 on this premium quality course with live support, with all the bonuses, all of it. You can get all of it for $99. And I also have a 100% satisfaction guarantee, because I'm really confident that you will be thrilled with this powerful course. And I know that if you follow the steps and you do the work, you will discover the clarity you've been seeking, and also the confidence and the deep inner guidance. And I'm so confident that that's going to happen for you, that to back it up, I give you 3 months after the course is over, after you've finished it, to really live with the results. And if you haven't gotten everything that you came for, just let me know, and you'll get a full refund of your $99. No questions, no hassle, no hard feelings. I want you to know that you are absolutely protected with this ironclad money back guarantee. And there are a number of and there's some questions people might have. They might say, when does it start? So the course starts on Saturday, March 30th. And as soon as you register, you're going to get a welcome email with how to get started. And I want to say it's designed as a 6-week course where you do one module each week, but you could do it faster, you could do it slower. You'll have access to it for at least 3 months. People sometimes want to know too, when do I have to show up for the classes? They're all pre-recorded, meaning you can have access to them right away and do them whenever it's best for you. And they're in the Clarity course private support group on Facebook, along with the supporting materials and the place where you can ask questions and get support there. If you want to have a friend do the Clarity course with you, people often like to do that. It's a great idea to have an accountability buddy to share the journey and to be able to compare notes. It's easy to invite them. I'm going to share in the email I send after this, I'm going to send you the link to the course. You can share it with a friend if you want. So if you're looking for clarity and you want a breakthrough and you need a plan, I invite you to join me for the Clarity Course Journey. It's starting on March 30th, so if you're ready to get clear about what you really want, uncover your unique, doable plan to make it happen, break through everything that's held you back, and start fulfilling your heart's desires in 6 life-changing weeks, I invite you to click the link below to get all the details about the Clarity course and register. And I'll see you there.